Hey, what is going on, y'all? In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 5 accessories and tools I've purchased over the past few months for vehicle washing. Not only do I use it on my motorcycle, but I use it on my 2024 Chevy Silverado. And I've got a video about that Chevy Silverado up here that I'd like for you to check out. It gives a real good analysis of my first impressions. And I'm going to be doing another analysis of the vehicle 6 months later since I bought it in December. But anyway, I'm starting from my left to my right. I purchased this accessory right here off of Etsy. I purchased this off of Amazon. This was also off of Amazon. And then this I purchased from Amazon as well a few years back, and we'll go over it. But this right here is the #1 accessory that you need related to washing your vehicles and doing anything in the yard. And when we get to #1 towards the end, you'll see why. Let's go. So I shot these items in a few different segments, so you're gonna see different scenery and all that other kind of stuff. But the point is, these are accessories are must-haves when you're washing your vehicles. Like I said, starting off on my left, I have this nozzle right here that I purchased off of Etsy, and we'll hop into that right now. So the first thing out of the chute is gonna be the stubby nozzle that I purchased from Etsy. The owner is Stubby Nozzle Co., and you can find them on Etsy, and I found them really easy. But this is my Ryobi blower. And so what I did is I bought this stubby nozzle to dry off my motorcycle and my truck. This puts out a lot of miles per hour. I'll put up the specs for this blower in the description and then also below. But this stubby nozzle shortens and has a rubber tip, so to make sure I don't scratch the vehicle or anything like that, because I've done that once already with this nozzle right here trying to maneuver it. But you can imagine, and I'll put some B-roll up here, you can imagine how much this shortens it and makes it easier to handle when you're drying your vehicle. So instead of this, I'll show you what you got. Like I talked about in the video in the garage, I really do like this stubby nozzle, and I really recommend it, especially for the price. It's 3D printed. It's got this rubber right on here. To keep you from nicking your truck and stuff like that. And like I said, it shortens up the blast for the air to make it easier for you to hit your target. Here we go. And so my truck is ceramic coated, so that way you see that water just beading off, Next, I have this bucket dolly, and we'll hop into that now. Next, I've got this bucket dolly. I've been delaying unboxing it so I could record it, but I wanna go ahead and get it to use. So I bought this from Amazon, links in the description. You can see it's got a circle for your bucket, and then also it's got other holes for your accessories, spray bottles, stuff like that, brushes, stuff like that. But it comes out the box as you just saw. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rollers. We're gonna pop those in. These rollers also have brakes on them, so that's kind of handy. Instead, I'll put some silicone lubricant in there. Make it slide right on in. And build a little bit of layer of water protection. There we go, slid right in there. Probably should have done that to begin with. But anyhow, you can see the practicality of this bucket dolly. I purchased it because I use the 2-bucket method to wash my vehicles. I call myself kind of stepping up my game a little bit and minimizing the scratching of the vehicle. So it works out pretty well. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the rest of these, but I did wanna show you the bucket dolly. And it's also got stops right here, knobs, to be able to tighten up the bucket so you don't pull it out as you're going out and about. So I think this is gonna be really helpful, and you're gonna see me using this in my future washes. #3, I have this reach arm for washing your vehicle. Let's go to it. So continuing on with my 5 car washing accessory video, this is gonna be one of the ones that I really appreciate as it relates to having this truck back here, this 2024 Chevy Silverado. And you can check out this video right here where I'm talking about the truck and kind of giving you some details about it and so on and so forth. But anyway, this is just shy of 5 feet. And so it really extends my reach when it comes to just the front windshield and the roof. What I do is I get a ladder and I get up on the roof and I go ahead and just wash the top off, nice and easy. I don't have to overstretch. I don't have to worry about falling. I don't have to worry about scratching the truck and all that other kind of stuff. So I really enjoy this. It was on Amazon. I want to say it was maybe $20 to $30, and I'll put a link to it in the description so that way you can find it. But this is really helpful. It comes with 2 heads, and like I said, it's also adjustable. So the max length is 54 inches. It also breaks down to this length right here. And then there's also, I think, a couple other accessories, but it breaks down just like this. But I really advise the buy on this, especially if you have a truck and you want to stay off of it and not get it all scratched up and everything else. So, see how much easier that makes my reach? I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day, I say. So this really makes it easier for me to do what I need to do when I'm washing the truck. The only drawback to this, I would say, is sometimes when I put too much pressure on the joints of this, it'll slide forward, which I could probably prevent, or it'll crunch in. So which I could probably prevent by tightening up the hardware, but I'm not gonna do that. It's really an unnecessary move. Makes the job of reaching so much easier. Like I said, I definitely recommend this accessory, and I'll put the information to it in a link. And for number 4, we're going to be talking about this pressure washer, which contains the number 1 on it. I'll see if you can pick it out. It really helps when it comes to using it and getting through the task quickly of washing these vehicles. So what I really want to point out on this pressure washer is it has 2300 PSI. It has 2 different modes. I don't know if you can see that there. It has max and min as far as soap distribution from this container right here, which I don't use. I actually use a foam cannon, and you can check out that video up in the top left-hand corner. I'll show you the foam cannon that I'm currently using. And then you have low, high, and stop. So you have 2 different speeds that you can use for that. And I've used this pressure washer for almost anything you can think of, to include washing vehicles. I hadn't started out using it, but I really adapted to using it here since I've gotten more into how to wash a vehicle and so on and so forth. And so the next thing I want to point out is this short nozzle gun. I'll go ahead and take it off this quick disconnect real quick. See how that just dropped off of there? One-handed. Anyway, this short spray gun, I'll link it in the description. It is really handy over this longer nozzle. You don't have to worry about hitting your vehicle and all that other kind of stuff. Like I said, this just stays on here now. I don't even use it for anything unless I'm spraying the driveway or something like that. But this short nozzle right here, it's everything. It's absolutely clutch when I need it. So, but anyway, going back to the pressure washer, it does everything I need. It is electric, and you can see the power cord right here. And it runs far enough for me to be able to plug it in, and I'm running no particular issues using it. I really enjoy using it. And it's linked in the description. It is an older model. I prefer this one because it has the wheels and the legs versus the vertical model that you'll see that's offered by Sunjo now. But like I said, this thing has paid for itself over and over again, and I can't recommend it more than enough. My number 1 accessories are right here in the palm of my hand. They didn't fit in that big old box that I put the question mark on. That was meant to throw you off a little bit. Let's see if it worked. Anyway, these 2 accessories are absolute clutch when it comes to being able to quickly do what you're trying to do and change accessories on your water hose. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. I can't suggest these quick disconnects enough to be able to do the tasks that you want to do when you're out in the yard. It absolutely allows you to do things so much quicker, and I'll put up some B-roll here of me changing out accessories. And you may think this is a minor thing, but think about how many times you had to take a nozzle off, put it on, take a nozzle off, put it on. How much easier would it be to just be able to slide the coupling down, just like this, and put the next accessory on? It is so much easier. It gives you time back. And the best thing is, these are cheaply priced. I will link them in the description. I get absolutely nothing off of this, but I will link it in the description so that way you know how to add this to your hose game. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this because this is my number 1 tip, and I want to show you how I use these and how it's so convenient for me. So starting in the yard, when I'm watering my grass. So I do have the quick disconnect on. And then I also have this on-off mounted. And so the on-off allows me to turn the hose water off, move the sprinkler or adjust it however I need, and then turn it back on. I don't have to keep walking back and forth to the spigot in order to turn it on and off. Like I said, this is an absolute game changer for what you pay for it. You get way more than what you pay. So that's how it's used in this application as far as the water sprinkler goes. Your spray nozzle, again, you can quick disconnect, change between them real quick. If you have an extension for watering flowers and stuff like that, on and off, on and off. I can't overemphasize this enough. And so next, we're gonna move to the pressure washer. On the pressure washer, if I need to go from the spray nozzle to the pressure washer itself, it quick disconnects on there. As long as you have the same connections across the board and make sure that they match up, and you can return them to Amazon, you know that. As long as you have the same connections on there, you're good to go. And so earlier, you saw me pull the shorty nozzle off. Again, this is a different size, and I had to figure it out, but it quick disconnects. So if I want to switch to the long wand, or if I want to go ahead and put this back on. Also, I'll take and put my foam cannon on here as well, that quick disconnect, so I can switch back and forth between spraying the vehicle off and spraying snow foam on it, whatever it is. Again, I can't emphasize this enough, and I hope you pick up this accessory. I want to thank y'all for watching this video to the end, and I hope these tips were really helpful to help you when you're washing your vehicles. Remember to always ride as if your life depends on it. Peace.